It's Marianne Bailey with the Hip Senior Podcast Book Edition. And today we are with Teepa Snow, who is an occupational therapist with over 40 years of rich, varied clinical and academic experience. Her experience has led her to the development of the GEM state model for understanding the progression of dementia and the positive approach training strategies. Teepa, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
It's our pleasure. So this episode, we are talking about the Dementia Caregiver Guide. And I'm hoping that you'll tell everybody, why you wrote it. What is it about?
Okay, Marianne, this is the simple reason.
Okay.
I'm going to have you try to describe a donut to me. Okay, you're going to try to describe a donut, but all you can talk about is the hole in it. Who would describe a donut,
right?
All I can think is
like, space,
yeah, it's empty. That's the part that's not there.
Yeah.
That's not what makes a donut really amazing, right?
Right.
Is it the hole? No, it's what's left. And I wrote this book because with dementia, people talk about the hole, the thing that's missing, what people can't do anymore.
Right.
And even the scale that's out there called global deterioration scale talks about what people can't do, where they're wrong, what's going wrong with them. And so I wanted caregivers to really appreciate, hey, if you're a care provider, you need to use what's still possible. Focusing on what somebody can't do just is going to take you both down in a death spiral. So instead, I want you to be aware of what might be missing, but I want you to really focus on what's still there. And so that led me to develop the idea of what if we saw people as precious and unique gems. And so people could be in different gem states. So sapphire, diamond, emerald, amber, ruby, pearl. Because if you saw someone as precious and unique and you thought about, well, then the right setting and the right care could make them shine, then my job looks different. Then, they're deteriorating, their brain is dying, they can't do so many things that they used to be able to do. Then it sends us both into a place of this is going to get harder and worse versus it's going to be different. It's always going to be different. And not everybody is really tuned in to the hands-on, but you can still be part of my life. And that's why I wrote this guide, is to get us out of that model of, well, it's just awful and it's going to get worse. And it's like, if you're in this day after day, we better see some sunlight in the clouds because otherwise it's just exhausting.
Okay, that's fair. What are the biggest pieces? Like if they're reading this book, what are the biggest pieces you want them to get out of it as a whole?
So when I wrote the book, for every chapter, there's a variety of chapters. Some of them are skill chapters and some of them are awareness chapters, but every chapter about the gem states takes it from the perspective of when I'm in a gem state, when I'm in this gem state, this is what I need. And then there's a second piece with this is what you're going to notice about me. So from your perspective, this is what you're noticing. But first of all, I want you to see my point of view. Here's my point of view when I'm in this gem state. I am seeking, like Amber, I'm seeking sensations. And when I like a sensation, I want more of that sensation. If I don't like a sensation, I want it to stop right away. I don't like it. Now, let's talk about mouth care. That has a lot of sensation. If I like doing mouth care, I may get really vigorous and do it and want to do it and want to do it. I don't have safety awareness. I don't have any caution when I'm in an amber state because ambers are caught in a moment of time. And it's about the sensation in that moment. So if you try to stop me, I might react really strongly. If I don't like mouth care, I might shove or push at you. And again, it's not you, it's the sensation I don't like. So here are some tips on how to be helpful and how to be supportive in that gem state. And here are some things to stay away from if you want to be successful.
I wish I could just spend one day like in your brain. Just there's so much knowledge in there about so much stuff. I'm always completely when you're talking, you have 100% of my attention, and I'm just like, ugh. So I hope that people have that same reaction when they're reading your book and doing that. they finish reading your book, and as always, I'm going to ask that one question. What's that one reaction that you hope they have when they're done reading it?
This is more complicated than people give it credit for. And you're being asked to be more than you probably bargained for. So it's very likely that you will definitely learn some things about what's going on and appreciate things differently if you can get your head to really think about the other person's point of view and think about your perspective, and then look at the tips and try them out. But it may also be that it helps you recognize, oh, you know what? She's changing from morning to afternoon. So in the morning, that's a really important thing, that in the morning, she's clear, she's sharp, she can do lots of things. By evening, she's all about what she's sensory, she likes, she doesn't like. And I'm running into trouble in the evening. And it's like, then maybe we need a helper in the evening, but not in the morning. So it's sort of a problem-solving guide, if you would, to care support. And when is it time to say, I think I need more than I have, or I think I need different than I have? Because recognizing it's a 24/7 by later state dementia. When we get to someone living a lot of time in a ruby state or in a pearl state, doesn't mean it's any less, the person is any less valuable. It just means, boy, are they going to need a different setting and different care. And so, well, that explains that. So that's my goal for this, is it helps us appreciate this is a condition that's going to change over a day, but it's also going to change over time. And if we are aware, we can be better prepared for what comes next and what we can do.
It's amazing. Teepa, thank you so much for explaining this book to us, for making us more aware of why and who should be reading it. By the way, everybody, because you never know who you're going to come across and who you're going to be asked to step up and help for. So the book is Dementia Caregiver Guide by Teepa Snow, and click on purchase over there and buy it for yourself or someone that may need it. Teepa, thank you for being with us today.
You are welcome, Marianne.